allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, this is slightly different than usual. It's actually our reorg and our regular meeting agenda. So we're going to start with the reorganization agenda. If I can get a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented, we will pull several items.
So moved.
Second. In favor? We will be pulling the oath of the office of the superintendent. We will be pulling.
Those are already not part of the consent.
See, didn't get that.
It gets a little confusing.
All right, well, walk me through it, please. Okay, the approval of appointments, is that?
That's separate. That you'll vote on separately. That's not part of the
Do we,
consent.
can we do this as a group, or do we do this
Yes.
individually?
Yes.
So Section 3, the approval of appointments includes purchasing agent, Felice Passarelli, district clerk, records retention disposition officer, Roseanne Spelonti, district treasurer, Debbie DeCiccio, personnel attendance coordinator, it doesn't indicate who that person would be.
Francis Darrow.
The district auditor is Narwaki Smith, and our school attorneys are Keenan Bean. Bond counsel is Hawkins, Delafield, and Wood. Title IX officer is Alice Gottlieb, and our internal claims auditor is John LaRusso. Can I get a motion to approve these? And unless anybody has a question, can I get a motion to approve these individuals? And companies. Okay.
Vote.
Next, pardon?
The vote.
Well, I'm getting there.
Well,
Okay, did I get a second? Okay.
I'm
All those in
impatient.
favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next, it brings us to our oaths of office. The first would be the oath of office to the superintendent. That would be.
Okay.
If you like, you can.
I think it should.
Yeah,
Are you?
you can see my wires.
There you go.
I solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of superintendent of the Hendrick Hudson Central School District according to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
You're back.
Feels like you should do something after that.
There you go. The next would be the oath of office to the district clerk.
Grandmother of twins.
Yes. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of district clerk of the Hendrick Hudson Central School District according to the best of my ability.
Thank you very much. Do we have to present these individually, or just afterwards we can do it as a group?
The newly elected board members?
Well, just in general, like the oath, do we have to approve, to accept this at the end?
You could do it at the end,
Okay.
or just them taking the oath because we were already appointed at this point. It was just taking the official oath. So now we have oath of office for the newly elected board members. If you'd like to stand and say it together, you're more than welcome.
Synchronized speaking.
Do you want to say it by yourself?
No.
I'm just checking, Charles. I do
I
solemnly
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the
the
Constitution
Constitution of the United
United
States
States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of trustee of the Hendrick Hudson Central School District according to the best of my ability.
We could have done that as a round,
We could have.
if I could sing.
It brings us to the election of president for the next school year.
I'd like to ask for nominations for president.
Okay.
I nominate Mary Pat Reedy for president.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Congratulations. Now I'd like to have nominations for the Vice President of the Board of Education.
I'd like to nominate Barbara Pedersen.
Okay. Have a second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, very good.
I just want to take a moment to thank Mary Pat and Barbara for stepping up, because it's a very tough job, as tough as it is being on the board, the countless number of hours. Being the president and the vice president it's even more, because it doesn't show it here. We see what we're doing here, but there's so much behind the scenes in organization. So I know from doing it for 3 years, it's been a lot of work. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Speech.
I'll just read.
Yes.
Together.
Okay, again?
In unison.
Yes.
For separate positions.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, we could just, I state your name. There you go.
No, it says.
No, go ahead.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of President of the Board of Education of the Hendrick Hudson Central School District according to the best of my ability.
I do solemnly, sorry, as usual. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of Vice President of the Board of Education of the Hendrick Hudson Central School District according to the best of my ability. Thank you.
So now that brings us to the regular meeting agenda, number 7.
That 7 is the consent agenda.
The regular agenda.
Regular agenda. I would like to, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented? All those in favor?
Wait, Pat.
We are pulling something, and we are going,
Just as.
you got to relax, Charles.
Okay.
And we are going to, there you go.
No,
Exactly, caffeine free for you.
I'd
I'd like to, professional personnel, I'd like to pull items number 12 and 13. They will be voted on at another time. Are there any other items anybody would like pulled? And can I get a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda? All those in favor?
Aye.
The next would be items removed from the consent agenda would be the acceptance of a donation. And if we could please go to that, it's a donation to the McCory Scholarship. And as many of you know, that is for Margaret McCory, who is the school nurse up at Blue Mountain Middle School.
It's number 9, I think.
Number 9,
There you go.
There you go.
in honor of Margaret McCory. And it appears that there's been a donation totaling $1,750 for her scholarship fund, and what a wonderful thing. So can I get a motion to approve? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that brings us to
Can I just
audience.
ask one question?
Yes.
I'm sorry for the, we did reaffirm the code of conduct as part of our consent agenda, but I just wanted to ask, I think Barbara had noted there were going to be some amendments going forward.
Yes, we are revising
We'll have-
it. That will start hopefully at the end of July. We will be having another meeting, and we're completely updating the code of conduct.
And then there's a public hearing at that point.
Absolutely,
Yeah. Okay,
yes.
so there'll be more opportunity to comment on the code of conduct.
Thank you. Are there any audience comments?
Is that me? I gotta go up there?
Yes, please.
Okay.
State your name and address, please.
Hi, my name is Ann Roush, and my address is 170 Lindsay Avenue, Buchanan. I'm really not here for me. I'm really here for my grandson. I'm going to get emotional. We have, he kind of knows, the superintendent knows what's going on. And there's one kid that's going into first grade, Albert, who's a special ed kid, who really loved school until he found out that he was in special ed and that his brother's going to Frenchie. Now he doesn't want to go to school, he didn't want to go to camp, and I know I went through it with my kids, but it was different because I had one that was in Mosey's and one that was in Frank G. But every year back then they changed schools. And my daughter-in-law went and talked to the superintendent, and he said that there was no way that the other child could go to BB, that he would have to go to the school that he's supposed to go to, which is Frank G. So I just, I mean, special ed kids are supposed to have continuity, and if one kid's going here and the other kid's going someplace else, how do you explain to a little kid that he's not different, that he's not a special ed kid, and and he loves school, and now he doesn't want to go. He didn't want to go to camp because he said he wasn't sure if he was going to be in special ed. And I said to him, special ed means that you're special, but how much can you get away with saying that? I mean, he really did love school until he found out that his brother was going one place and he was going the other place. Which is really tough, and I'm sorry I'm crying. I just get very emotional. I mean, I went through this with my kids, and it was a little different. But she's working. I babysit for the kids, 5 days a week. I'm putting him on a bus. They live right across the street. The bus comes up out of the bus garage and picks Alfred up, and Alfred goes down to BV. And I was just hoping in your hearts you could kind of see, that the kids should really love going to school and that it shouldn't have to feel special. I know what it's like because when I was here, I was a special ed kid and they shoved us up in the attic, which really stunk. Now they don't do that anymore. So I know exactly what he's going through. I've been there and done it. It's not hearsay. I've been there. Where you ran up to class because you didn't want anyone to know that you were different. So I just wish that it could be different, that both of them could go to the same school so they feel like they're together. So that's, I mean.
This is something that it's the first we're hearing of it.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. As I said, I was crying.
I'm sure the superintendent and the assistant superintendent, and as you said, they're well aware of it.
Right.
I really can't speak to it right now, not knowing what the circumstances are, but we will certainly look into it. And
you have Miss Melissa's phone number. They went away. They had vacation planned and they went away for a long weekend. So otherwise, she would have been here.
Well, thank you.
So okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And you may want to address the new Director of Special Education, Lynn Pollock, as well. It's just another person to talk to.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
I don't know who she actually knows. She talked to the superintendent.
I think I did recommend she talk to Lynn.
Okay.
So I'll check tomorrow, see if that happened.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I just, I get little bits and pieces of information, but I wanted it to be brought to the board's attention. And as they said, she couldn't be here, so I'm here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We don't want to see any children upset.
No, I mean,
we understand
they
that.
love school. Especially that little.
Thank you.
Any age.
There you go. Spoken like a teacher.
Yes. That will never change.
Oh, God. It's terrible.
Anybody else? So that would bring us to our superintendent's report.
Yeah, I just have two highlights I'll comment on. One was an outstanding graduation ceremony on June 29th at Senior Purchase. It was a great event, a nice hot day outside, but cool inside. Very, very well done from a professional and aesthetic standpoint, and had the right mix of pomp and circumstance with some levity, with the comments from the high school principal and what the valedictorian and salutatorian said. It had the right level of inspiration and laughter. And for my first graduation in the district, it was an outstanding success, and great to see what the product looks like when they cross the stage and how excited they are, how ready they are, but how they really never want to leave home. That's the fun part. They love it here. They do.
Everybody's speeches were wonderful.
The next day, on June 30th, right here in this room, we hosted a business partners networking breakfast with members of our staff and about 25 different members of our local and regional business community came in to talk about what workforce trends look like, how the workplace is training or changing, and follow-up will include some specific conversations with those folks by skill set or by their specific business to advise us in the high school on what we could be doing differently in terms of employing soft skills as much as curriculum. And I know, Charles, you were there. I don't know if you want to touch on it.
It's like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, it
Charles
was.
is speechless.
No,
This is on tape, right?
I didn't prepare an elevator speech for it. I don't have 25 words list. It was very good. The key parts of it were that these were business leaders and people from universities, colleges around here. And they wanted, the way it's put up, it's a program that comes through New York State, is to go out and elicit partnerships, not internships, but partnerships with businesses to tell us what are the skills they're looking for from people, and then to help us work with those kids to build motivation in programs where the kids can go out and work for a while or be at the businesses and learn about what careers there are out there for them and how to go forward in life and be motivated about that. You know, to be in 8th or 9th grade, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade and start looking at these are the places that I might want to be in the world and how do I get there from here. And have these businesses help us work on those kind of things. And then who was the speaker was from?
Keith Babubchek was our sort of keynote. He works through the state education department. He works for a group that contracts with the state education department on career and technical education innovative practices and programs. So he came down and talked about some of the national and statewide business trends and what employers are looking for, and that it's not always about content, but it's about being able to apply your content, working through teams and with others. It's not always about being smart. It's about getting the work done and working in teams. So it's a different angle in terms of, we hear a lot about career readiness is not necessarily more content, but how we can apply that content in meaningful, real-world ways. So
I remember the graphic now. He showed a nice graphic, and he said schools are graded on, you're divided into 3 sections: academics, behavior and attitude, and career skills. And schools are graded on, that's what we get rated on, academic stuff. But attitude and behavior and career skills are the things that help kids get jobs and go forward in life. And that's where we want to go with this program, how to help kids develop the attitudes and behaviors and some of the career skills that they'll need as they go out forward in life, beyond just the academic skills. And so that's kind of where he's going with this program.
So that will end my report, because after June 30th I took a summer vacation and just returned. So I'll have more of a report in 2 weeks.
Okay, committee reports are non-existent because everybody there are none. I think everybody just sort of took a break. I was going to say, essentially, after graduation, everybody took a breath. Brings us to another opportunity for audience comments. Okay. Any board comments, new business?
Actually, Joe, are there any
We can
mosquitoes
actually
in
do
Canada?
that
I'm sorry?
Are there any mosquitoes in Canada?
It was too windy. The nice thing about the wind in Canada is it blows them away.
Okay.
I wasn't bitten.
Wings can fly.
Yeah.
Slapped against the trees.
Well, actually,
Something
for
I
new
wanted to
business,
report on.
since we've addressed the important issue of are there mosquitoes in Canada, we can just actually hopefully quickly go through the listing, just committee reports. Roseanne had sent that earlier. This is the list of what everybody had last year. I only printed 2 copies because I assumed everybody else, but I don't know if everybody wants to keep what they had or if there's any changes to be made. I know Barbara did indicate that she would like to be on Audit Committee, and since there's only 2 of us, there's still room for a third before it's
before we hit quorum. Facilities, that would be, are we going to remain with Carson and Charles? Lori?
Yes, I've.
Is
Okay.
anybody else interested?
Carson?
Yeah.
Okay. Charles?
Sure.
Okay. Does anybody else? I know that
Okay,
these are the three that were on there last year. Finance,
Yeah.
Carol and Charles and myself are on it. Any changes, anybody? You're happy to stay there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Policy?
I was horrible this year, but I'd like to stay on it. I'm
Okay.
going to redeem myself.
Are you? Will you?
Mary?
We'll do.
I was
well, I
horrendous.
want to stay.
You know, Marion's very good, but I was
will-
terrible.
I will go on as your alternate, and if you can't make it, then they can call me.
It's not making, it's just that they did all the work.
We'll do a professional improvement plan.
Carol, would you like to?
I would like to stay on policy.
Okay.
Okay. We can talk about whether you want to do the alternate issue, but
Okay.
if Lori's,
Lori's good.
if Lori would like to
Well, you have
step
great
up a
ideas.
little.
I have great ideas, they get it down in words.
It's
There
just
you
a
go.
compliment.
It's
If you have great
teamwork.
ideas, it's followed.
Strategic planning?
Are we meeting?
Yes.
Yeah, what's going
It
on
will
with
be.
the
There's
It
no
will be,
planning.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I would like
So
to
yes,
stay on
I'd
that,
like
but
to stay.
we haven't met this year. have
No, not today.
Not officially.
So we
I
have,
don't think we even met.
they have Carol, Charles, and Marion.
we? I'd like to stay.
Yeah, stay.
Carol?
Stick. I'll stick.
Charles?
Yes.
You interested? Okay.
This is also a grant committee, there's,
Yeah, this is,
You don't
that,
remember all
and
those
we're,
meetings?
I still want to go to them, those are good. There weren't.
we can put that with respect committee. The board rep to technology, I know Charles wanted to stay on it, and Carol and Barbara had talked about alternating.
Yeah,
I think that would be the best thing, because it's a very large committee of teachers, and I just think 3 board members would probably
it's
be
too many.
too many.
All right,
So
you wanna
if you
alternate?
want to attend
Sure.
meetings, I will definitely alternate with you.
Okay, board rep to IMC. I know that's going to,
I'm definitely want to stay on that.
okay. Lori?
I'll be an alternate with that.
Okay. Why don't you and I alternate, Lori?
Yeah, it's Thursday.
If you're meeting during the day, it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
What
it's
time
the
do they meet?
daytime ones are hard.
2:30.
Lori, do you
And
want
it's
to
on a
alternate?
Thursday.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
please.
that works. Okay.
And I will no longer be going to Furnace Woods.
Do you want Blue Mountain instead?
Well, there's 2 already, there'll be 3, that's okay,
Well,
because
I'll
I'm
be
going to
stepping
go.
down because again, I've aged out.
No, but you're not even on it.
I think I will.
Yeah,
Blue
she was.
Mountain.
She was the Blue Mountain.
I'll be at the high school now. I'm there as the PTA treasurer anyway, so. I know
Because
mine
right now-
is, no,
right
mine,
now-
I didn't print it properly, so
Okay,
mine are
because right
here.
now Marion and Carol, because they also have children there.
Okay. All right, so
So if
Carol,
somebody would like to go to
alternate.
Furnace Woods,
who wants Blue Mountain?
it could be all 3 of us.
All right, and you guys just alternate? Okay.
But you can go and not be the rep. I mean, just
Right.
because
No,
you're
that's
there
true.
doesn't mean.
Yeah, ended up there.
All right, and just before, board rep to WPSBA, we'll just keep
You
doing
know,
this.
I said we have really dropped the ball on that one, and we really, if we're going to be doing it, we should at least be present for a couple of their meetings, you know. And this year, none of us went due to time constraints.
Timing is
So,
difficult.
You know, I don't mind staying if
Fridays
some, you
during
know,
the day and
When-
it's all different times,
yeah,
it's during the
but
day.
somehow none of them work out.
All right, well, Barbara, why don't you and I try and do that? And we'll just do
Okay.
the alternate?
hmm
And
I mean,
we'll
I
see what
can
we
stay
can
on
work
as an
out.
alternate too, I just didn't get to.
Then why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Then we'll have the 3, and then
Okay.
one of the 3 of us should be able to.
Is that going to the regular meetings or going to their various presentations that
Both.
they do?
Both.
I think they have a lot of.
Because
Which
they,
gives us
they
a
do
lot of
a
flexibility,
lot
too.
of training, and they have a lot of panel discussions, especially when there's new board members. The new board member training, really we should have representation at, not necessarily for new board members, but they like to have a panel of experienced board members who can give input to, you know, the new people. And I think it would behoove us just to have a little bit more presence there than we currently have had.
So with the 3 of us, we should be able to, you know, work that out. Read committee?
We're still on.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
I never had to be an alternate, that was good.
Well, you know why they kept canceling?
Do you
the
want to,
meetings?
you're on
That was
read?
good.
That was part of the problem.
Charles went all the time.
Barbara, you want
And,
to stay
yeah,
on read? Okay.
initially what happened was they had, all the READ meetings were scheduled at the same time as our board meetings.
Yes.
So I
Do you
got
want
them
an
to
alternate
change
or just
that,
say
and
no?
then,
Do you want to stay as an
Sure.
alternate on Reed, or do you
He
want to
gets
just
to
take
go all the
it
time,
off?
so it's fine.
Okay.
I can stay.
We could just, in case Barbara.
Charles goes all the time.
Charles
He's
is
very
an
good.
integral part of Reed.
Okay,
I
so
like it.
PTA liaison at BV.
Okay,
Respect
we're
committee?
staying for
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Oh, the respect committee, I think it's really non-existent, so
Oh,
it's
it
sort of
isn't?
like the grant committee. That doesn't,
Charles
No, the
Charles
grant
and I
committee
can
basically
alternate on
mostly,
BV.
what's, Beth has been picking up a lot of that, I think. So, you know, in terms of the functions of that. I'm sorry, BV, it's Charles and Barbara?
Mhm.
Okay, you'll alternate.
We might want to talk about the respect committee and what's going on with it at our retreat. If you could, I don't know.
We can, because with the you know, with DES and everything, it's probably something that we can consider revamping. We can add that though, so, okay.
You know, that's a good one. That's a good one to have.
On what?
If it-
Respect committee, just with the, you know, with the, you know, as DAS is really
Right.
taking on new.
Right, and I think
portions.
it's
I would
important.
do that if it actually gets done.
All right, so we'll put Carol and Carson.
It used to meet, didn't it meet during the day, like at 3:30?
Yes.
It was in after school.
So if
Yes, but
it's
if
a
it's a
time
Monday
they
or a-
can't.
But we can work it out. I mean, that's
Put me as
fine.
an
Wednesdays are
alternate.
PTA liaison and Frank G.
I'll stay there.
Carol, do
I'll
you want
alternate.
with, you want to alternate with Barbara?
Good, thank
Okay.
you.
Furnace Woods. I don't think anybody has little ones there anymore. Wow.
No, if you need, I can do that.
You're at all of them, Barbara.
I'm just PTA person.
There you go.
Should I get for being president in the past?
I'll give this feedback to everybody else. It was useful. My kids went to Furnace Woods, but I'm a liaison at BV, and it gives me a different perspective on the district. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go over there. And it just, you see a different,
Different DNA.
yeah, different DNA is the best way. But you
Yeah,
know,
but
if
it
you-
still doesn't hurt to go back
Well,
to your
I-
roots
No,
if you know
no.
what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Do you want to alternate with Barbara
I
on
think
that,
it
or-
would be good because Cindy is new this year.
Yes,
you
I was
know.
gonna say
yeah,
that.
actually,
And
I'll be-
I
yeah,
think,
I'll
we're a good
alternate.
tag team.
Okay.
I think it'd be good to have board members involved.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Blue Mountain, Lori, did you want that?
There's 3 of us.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, there are
Okay.
So I'm alternating
three of us
So-
on the.
those two schools.
And
All right,
everything
so I'll
looks
have
like,
Carol,
yes.
Carol, Marion, and Lori as the alternates at Blue Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Roseanne, I'll give you this list. and then
Yes,
just-
that'd be great. Thank you.
I can do the high school. I'm there anyway. Does anybody else? Is anyone else interested? To be honest, I'm the treasurer there, so I'm not.
She's
I'm not
there.
going to miss too many meetings. So, and the last one is SEPTA. Does
That's fine.
Charles, you went last year.
Yeah, but I won't.
You
So I'll go as an alternate to the chair. I made most of the meetings.
Mhm.
Barbara, you have a lot. Maybe you don't have to do septic. You don't have to be on this too, because Charles.
No, it's,
You know, I was talking to somebody a couple of weeks ago, and they said, you know, they asked me about running for the board again, and that, you know, I was saying I liked it and enjoyed it. They said, you know, it really takes a lot of time to be on the board. And said, then you have to be on a committee.
a committee.
And I think what Barbara and I are on about 7.
We're definitely the
Yeah.
the public relations board members, yes.
all right? So SEPTA, I have Charles. Anybody else?
Marion.
Alternating.
Mary and Carol.
And I'll
Okay.
be, yeah,
Well, I think we have 3 alternates, so I think that's fine.
I can take myself off.
Okay, so we're good. I will fill this out and send it to you. And then we'll be ready to go. And I'll send everybody else a copy as well. If any questions arise, let me know. And if that's the case, we're good to go. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Oh, can I just have one
please.
board comment? I think, I just wanted to remind the board that the NISBA convention is in October, and it's in New York City this year, which is not like going to Rochester or Albany. So I think it's really important that we have a good showing there, because it's really important in professional development. It's not expensive because it's local, so we should definitely think about it.
We should make
It's
a field
October.
trip.
I don't have the dates.
It's mid-October, I believe.
Mhm.
8th and 9th?
and 9th, something like that.
Yeah.
It's right around
I
there.
know it's October. I
But it's
just-
something that is just very important for professional.
Okay, absolutely. That's definitely something that, and if we're interested in going, we would
look at your calendars and we can let Roseanne know so that the arrangements can be made. Okay? Anything else? Okay. Well, then can I get a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Our next meeting will be 2 weeks from tonight, July 23rd. In the interim, have a wonderful summer. Stay cool and stay safe. Enjoy. Relax.
November 26th.